I might have to just be naughty and not work a lot this week because this looks like my jam. This is the exact kind of place that I want to stay at. Lots of trees. The sites don't seem like they're too close together. Walking trails everywhere. A lake. I'm going to rent a paddleboard and yes, yes, yes.
I just ask that you watch your language when using throwing words out in terms of like naughty. I just, you know, there might be kids watching.
Yeah. Who invited you?
Oh, I assume this was an open camera.
This is my party now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm talking to...
Okay, you go on.
I'm talking to my friends right now.
You go
so
on.
We'll see ya.
I'll be over here.
Okay.
It's been a long, long time coming. It's been a long, long, long time. It's been a long, long time coming. It's been a long, long, long time.
All right. I have our reservation for... We had to pay for our reservation for tonight because it's past 4 o'clock, which is their checkout time. But they did give us tomorrow night's fee back, which is nice. And now I have to cancel 2 of our harvest hosts because we're going to miss those because we'll be farther along the way. And they don't have a penalty, especially if you're canceling with enough time. I think if you cancel day of, it might be a little different story unless you have a really good reason. And it's not like they can charge you. The penalty isn't a charge, but you'll get, I guess, a black mark on your account, your profile for harvest hosts, and you don't want that because when they're looking at approving you, you want it to be a really good rating that you have, and you don't want to be kicked out either. So I will go ahead and get rid of those, cancel those, and then I think that's it. That's all we have left. I like that we're flexible. It's kind of nice. When you're on wheels, if you can get out of a situation that you don't want to be in, it's a pretty good idea.
Keep left onto State
Yeah.
Highway 50.
So we have arrived in Claire something, and we're after dark, right at dark, kind of dusk. So we got out of Oklahoma, Canton, Oklahoma, and we're going to be watching the weather and hoping those guys are okay back there because we didn't want to get shellacked with hail and tornadoes and storms and wind and all that stuff. So we beat feet. We got set up in, or torn down and on the road in about 28 minutes from having everything set up to being on the road. It was about 28 minutes. So we each have our jobs and we're able to jump on it and get going on this. So here we go. We'll stay here tonight and then we'll make plans again in the morning. You just got to pivot, especially when it comes to stuff like that. When it can be dangerous, you got to pivot. That's the beauty of having an RV. You can move. If you have a house, you got to ride it out. So but then again, you have a basement, so there are pluses and minuses to everything. Jacqueline ran into the back into the rig to turn the fridge to LP because when we go down the road, I just remembered I've got to turn the LP back on. She's probably in there saying, hey, can you turn the LP back on? I turn it off when we drive.
I was gonna ask you to do that.
Okay, there you go. So I turned that on for her. I don't like to have the bottles open when we travel, but then I always forget when we get there to turn them over. You probably can't even see me, but anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I got to get set up kind of on an angle here, so we're probably gonna have to unhook and let the nose drop down. Good stuff. What up, skater girl?
Hi.
Hey.
At least it's warm. Wow. 3¼ inches on that side have to go up, so we'll have to get on blocks. And we have to come down on the front 4 inches. We have to unhook for sure.
Okay.
All right, I shall get the levels out, leveler blocks.
Sounds good. All right.
How do you feel?
I'm tired. We made it. I didn't plan on driving 3.5 hours today.
No, we thought that we were gonna have a nice little Sunday evening.
But I'm glad we did it, because tomorrow afternoon, we keep talking about the storm, but tomorrow afternoon it's supposed to come in and just shellac us. So at least we're 3.5 hours away from that place.
One thing I want to say is that we show you our lives and we show you the good, and there's a lot of good. But there are times where this lifestyle is pretty tough, and having to run, you know, outrun or escape bad weather, that's kind of crappy.
Yeah, if you're gonna do this life, you have to be willing
To be flexible.
We always say that if worse comes to worse, this is a really nice camper, or a really nice tent, because we both grew up in tents, not RVs.
And yes, I am going to complain. I'm not complaining about this place. It's not their fault or anything, but we're on the corner of a really busy intersection, and it's Sunday night, and there's traffic like crazy. It's 8:30, and just really loud, you know, trucks and a bunch of people outside across the street, and I'm a light sleeper. That's why I like boondocking so much. When you're not in the city, you're not around all the traffic and all the people and all the noise. And I'm sorry, I'm complaining because and it's my fault, I guess, because I'm just such a,
I thought I was supposed to agree with you
I'm
there.
such a light sleeper, and I have white noise and everything, but
Would it help if I kept my night terrors to a minimum tonight?
No, you know what would help? If you sang me to sleep.
How about like some Metallica?
Yeah,
Do
I like that.
Metallica selection from Metallica?
Yeah, I have a varied taste. I like anything.
Okay, Metallica it is.
Sounds good.
I'm tired.
I'm tired too.
I'm ready to go to bed.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's go to bed.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Hey everybody, welcome to another RV Life Tip of the Week with Dave. Today I'm talking about latches on your camper. These are slam latches, that's what I've heard them called. When you shut these, make sure, and you lock them, make sure that they're actually locked, because we've had situations where we've locked them and we didn't give it a pull and they've opened up, and you do not want that to happen while you're going down the road. So check your slam latches twice, lock, give it a tug, and then you know that it's good to go. Make sure you check out the 25% off Trip Wizard in the description. Thanks, you guys. All right, so we woke up in Claremore, Oklahoma, after driving all day yesterday, and it's loud here. It's right at the intersection. There's like a youth ministry going on down here. They were rocking out till about 10:30, which is cool, you know. At least they're not screwing around. They're at a cool place. And then right at the stoplight here, we were, I mean, anytime you have that, you have loud trucks, there you go. And we couldn't go to the top of the lot, as you can see back here, because it was uneven. So we had to scoot all the way back. I'm making you guys dizzy again, back to here, because it was the only level spot. Anyway, plugged the generator in this morning because it's been cloudy. We're so used to the Arizona sun, and now we're getting in the Midwest. It's just been storming and storming. So I plugged the generator in here for just a little bit to get us, I don't know, not topped off, but you know, 60-65% as we drive through the day, just so we don't kill our batteries as we go. That's what we're doing. I'm just waiting for Jacqueline to come out, and we're gonna pull the slide and we're gonna get on down the road.
So I was awake at 5:30 this morning, and it sounded like NASCAR out here. I kid you not. It was so loud. All of the people that didn't have mufflers, they all decided to drive at 5:30 this morning. And there's a train track not too far away, which I didn't know until this morning. So I'm feeling okay right now. We're taking off and it's about 8:30. We'll see how the day goes. I can't sleep in the car either. like I said, I'm a light sleeper. And you know what? I'll do what I have to do. Hopefully I won't be too cranky today. Hopefully we will have a nice, safe drive.
Starting route to Seven Springs Winery. Proceed to West Will Rogers Boulevard, then turn right.
Will Rogers Boulevard. Just sounds cool.
Right, we're here.
Oh, it's a long drive.
It was 4 hours, 3.5.
Almost 4.
Yeah. And I'll just go in. I had to call them. So on the Harvest Host app, a lot of times you can just book right there. But this one you had to call in, and we had to wait until they were open. So we just started heading this way.
There were other options. I mean, if this one didn't work.
So I'll just go check in, and they'll tell us where to park.
They'll tell us where to go.
Didn't sound good.
Most people do. Ah!
All right.
Ah! Ah!
There it is.
Yeah, this is a cool place so far. It's massive. It's expansive. We drove down this road for about 2 miles. Skinny little road, but it paved well. The trees were cut back, which is really good. But I wouldn't want to have to meet somebody coming out the other way with a rig, because there's no room. It's almost like a one-way road. So we got in here. It's a Monday, so it's pretty quiet. But yeah, I could see having a wedding out here. The building Jacqueline just walked into reminds me of like a golf clubhouse. So, but it's way back in here. I mean, it is trees. We went from desert to trees in a big way. It reminds me of when we headed out east. So this is gonna be cool. I'm excited for it. They're having us park on the grass, which I'm a little nervous about, because when we were at a Harvest Host last night, we kind of had to get up. We had to kind of, what the heck am I talking about? Had to try to get up on the grass a little bit to even out the rig, and it sunk right in. So I'm a little nervous because they've had a lot of rain here, but we'll figure it out. So I went inside and I said, it's a shot in the dark, but can we park right out in the parking lot here since it's a weekday? And he said, how long are you staying? I said, just tonight. He said, yeah, that's fine. So we're gonna snug up to this corner, and we're gonna have to extend our front jacks a lot because it's quite the hill. But I feel better here than that little parking lot they were talking about, because I saw it when I came in. It looked a little uneven. That was my first impression. So we're gonna just bump up here. We're good to go. Boy, that's up there. But I figure that if your jacks can go that high, then they're made to go that high. So I think we're okay for one night. Just don't move around a lot.
Dave and I are staying at a winery in Missouri, and it is just beautiful here. The grounds are amazing, really good food. And yesterday we stopped in because we stayed last night, and we stopped in and we were outside, and there were 2 black snakes. In Missouri they call them black snakes. They're also called rat snakes, I believe. And they're not poisonous, but they don't get rid of them because the lady who works here told me that they actually will kill the, what are they called? Copperhead snakes, the poisonous ones. And then I read that they also eat rodents. So they don't mind having them around here. But today we stopped in before we go to our next place, and I asked Dave if he wanted to come down with me, and he said, go ahead, because he does not like snakes. And I don't know, they weren't bad. So I just thought I'd bring you along with me to see what's down here. All right, all set. Welcome to another healthy living tip with Jacqueline. So today I'm talking about salt intake. Now, the average American has about 3,500 milligrams of salt per day in their diet. And doctors recommend they get about 2,300 milligrams of sodium. The reason having a high sodium diet is not good is because that will increase your blood pressure, and that can lead to an increased risk for cardiovascular disease. We don't want that. You can get things at grocery stores that have less salt. For instance, these crackers hint of salt. And I know we buy almonds that are lightly salted instead of the regular. The amount of sodium in here is only 55 milligrams per serving. So you really want to watch that. If you go out to restaurants and things, there are going to be a ton of sauces that have salt in them. When you're cooking at home, you can control it better. You still want to watch because, for instance, this seasoning, the first ingredient in here is salt. You should use things like pepper, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, things like that that do not have salt. Here's a client transformation. If you want some more information, you're thinking about getting healthier, or you want to know more about my program, go ahead and look me up on Facebook and follow me there, Jacqueline Hudson Coach, and you will find a ton of recipes and motivation. Or you can send an email to me at theborderhookups@gmail.com. And that's been another healthy living tip with Jacqueline.
So we're gonna get out of here. We've been here for a little bit. Our check-in over at the campground, Lake of the Ozarks campground, is an hour and a half away, so we're kind of buying time. We're just on the phone doing some business with some people, and we're gonna get out of here. I want to get this thing down. I don't like how high this is up in the air. It really bothers me. A storm came through last night, and I was completely worried about the wind. I'm like, don't rock this thing because we have that much jack showing. I don't like it. What we should have done is gone down the hill a little bit behind us. They said they wanted us back up at the top of the hill, but then another couple came in and they parked right where we were parked originally, so we probably could have stayed there. But I get it. They want their customers to have parking too. But if you look at how low we are in the back, I couldn't even put the stairs all the way down. Let me show you. I had to leave them partially folded, and then look how low the bikes are. So when we did this, I had to be walking around the back looking very closely so that we didn't crush something. But look at this. So sometimes we'll be out like in Colorado boondocking, and I'll see these rigs that are sitting like this. I'm like, why are they sitting like that? Well, it's the ground. And it took me forever, which is stupid because I do this. And I was trying to figure out why they would angle their rigs like that. Well, the ground is sitting, you know, like this or this, and they have to compensate for that to get flat. So if you look behind me, you look how high that thing looks. It's because the parking lot's doing this. So there you go. And it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a huge slant to get you to have to compensate for it. Anyway, I've gone long enough about this subject, so we're gonna get packed up and we're gonna get out of here and down the road. Take care, you guys. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another episode of the Border Hookups. Please remember to subscribe and ding that bell so that we can let all of you know as to when we have more episodes coming out.
When we do.
We don't tease. We don't tease. It's a safe space.
And if you liked what you saw in this video, please support us by giving us a thumbs up and commenting. And if you haven't subscribed, like Dave says, please do. Another way you can support us if you want to is to become a member, and our lowest membership level is like $3.99 or something crazy cheap.
And don't forget to get your tickets for Romp It Up. They're going fast. October 30th through November 3rd, 2024 in Sonoyta, Arizona. Get your tickets, guys. What
Come
are you
on,
waiting for?
we want to have fun with you. So come on out. The RV community is amazing, and we are going to have such a great time. And
We'll see you out here.
we do hope to see you out here.